Hey folks, going to work on something that's driving me crazy on one of my computers. Now this one right here, this Model 4 is working perfectly. I'll turn it on. Just want to show you it's working basically like brand new. Just try the keyboard here, key in some dates. The keyboard is responding very well. No bounce, no missing letters. It's doing very well. No problems whatsoever with this keyboard. Now, I want to show you the computer that's driving me crazy. And that's this one, another Model 4, one with a green screen. But take a look at the response here. There are plenty of keys here that it is impossible to hit a key and not get horrible bounce with multiple responses. Other keys are simply dead. You've got nothing. Which, of course, makes this computer totally unusable. Driving me crazy. So I've decided I've got to take care of this. Now this is the type of keyboard that has the carbon buttons, and I have worked on those before with minimal success, trying to clean the surface of the carbon, but really it works a little. But what really needs to be done is have the carbon replaced, and that's what we're going to do here. Alright, that's one thing I like about a Model 3 and a Model 4. It's like a car. It's pretty much like a hood. Take out the screws, lift off the top along with the CRT, put it on its side, and you can work on it and still see what's going on. So let's take off the cover plate that holds the keyboard down. Just a few screws here. I don't have the original screws anymore, but a nice countersunk flathead works really well. There we go, got the cover plate off. Now the keyboard is loose in there, but we have to take off a ground wire on the left and one on the right that's down there under the floppy drive. Okay, now the ribbon cable does not come off of the keyboard itself. It is soldered in place, but it does come off the motherboard at the rear. Now the ribbon cable is being held down by a metal strap that has two screws on either side. Sorry I don't have it on camera, that's stupid. But the metal strap acts as strain relief. So we take the screws out, we take out the ribbon cable carefully, and we've got our keyboard free. I have actually, when I started the video, my idea was actually to go online and find a brand new key where I could replace these with something brand new. But you could shoot me a comment down below if you've seen anything, but I've looked and looked and I can't find a modern equivalent. Notice each of these keys have 4 solder legs, and they're equally in all 4 corners of the key. And the closest I've seen is keys that are the right size and shape, but the legs are offset like that, and that's just not going to help. If you've seen anything, throw in a comment down below and let me know. But I'm going to try this. Now, I found this online. I didn't know it's not a sponsor. It's simply something I wanted to try. Keypad fix. And it's basically liquid carbon. You put it on like a paint. It's kind of a thick paint or almost a paste. You put it on and you let it cure for a day, and it puts a new carbon button into your key, and you reassemble it. I also bought these. I don't know if I'm going to use them. These are already pre-made different sizes of carbon buttons. But my problem is how to attach them, because the end of this key needs to have a little flex to it. And if, say, I put it on with a super glue, well, super glue hardens and it's very inflexible, and I'd be worried that after use it would simply want to pop off of where it would be attached to. So I'm going to go with this first. If it doesn't work, I'll try the other thing. But I think this has a better chance of succeeding. Now, I've decided to do two keys for right now. I'm not doing the whole keyboard and then find out that it doesn't work at all. Also, I didn't want to do just one and then find out, gee, that was just a happy accident and the rest of it's not going to work since it has to set overnight. So I'm going to do two to make sure that it wasn't, if it works, that it's not just an accident. So we'll speed through here and desolder a couple of these. Okay, that should take care of that. Now we've just got to pop the keys out. Okay, they're desoldered. Now, just have to push. That's pushed in and that's pushed in. There we go. There we go. That's one. One, two. Not too bad. As long as you desolder them very well, make sure the legs aren't stuck, they come out very easy. Yeah. Just pushing these little tabs here and here. Push them in and the thing will pull right out. So now to pull one apart, you simply pick it up. Now you have the side with the tab that helps hold it to the board. You turn it to another side, and here is the side that holds the top to the bottom. Take a small blade, and carefully, because you don't want to tear up a key. Sure don't have any spares. There. Pry up till it's past these little clips at the top. You do one side and the other. And there we go. Top. Key stem. Spring and plunger. And base of the key. So I'm going to throw these through the ultrasonic cleaner first to make sure there's absolutely nothing on them. And then we're going to paint that stuff on and see how it comes out. Okay. It says to stir it really well. Ooh. Kind of gets hard there. It's kind of like a paint that sat too long. But the instructions kind of act like that's the way it's going to be. They say to put on a very small coat with a swab, is what they said. I happen to have some very small swabs, and I think a Q-tip would just be way too big for what I'm trying to do here, but I don't think that you can stir too little on something like this. It feels pretty good now, though. It just kind of feels like a thick paint. Okay, I've got that noise you hear in the background is the second key that's in the ultrasonic cleaner. I have got this one out, cleaned it, rinsed it, dried it perfectly, and let's take a shot. Sorry if it's coming out blurry, I can't tell right now. It said to put on a thin coat, no thicker than, say, a piece of paper, is what they mentioned, and just paint it on. It's hard to tell what that would be at this size. It seems pretty flat and it seems pretty coated. And now I mean, it seems to be all over the key. It's as flat as I can get it. I don't know if that's going to be a problem or not. I guess we'll find out tomorrow, huh? But I will do the same thing with the other one. I'm going to leave them out. I won't, of course, won't reassemble them till tomorrow. And I'll bring you back then and we'll both see at the same time whether this is worth it or not. Okay, it's the next day. The coating seems pretty good. Seems smooth. Oh, take a look at this one. Not bad. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's reassemble it. Well, all right. Solder them back in and take a shot. It's good. Okay, it's time to test it. Let's see what happens. Let me go ahead and log in with a couple of keys I know. Let me go ahead and put the date in with a couple of keys I know work so I can just type. This one already works. The 9s are good. Look, no bounce, and it's working very well. How about the 7? Oh my, that is excellent. It is working very well. No bounce whatsoever. No missing. That is awesome. It seems to be working very well. Just the way the key should. Now, of course, the proof in the pudding is, will this last? You know, I had a lot of keys that were bad. I do have, let me see, I do have a lot of the keypad ones. 7 of the keypad ones are bad, but I just want to do the main keyboard right now. No, I'm not going to reassemble it without fixing those, but I just wanted to test on the main keyboard first before I'm bothered with the keys that I don't normally use. So here we go. I've got a lot of parts to reassemble, and actually this should be the super easy part. Reassemble them, snap them in place, resolder, and there you go. One thing I did not do was skimp on cleaning. First, I took all parts of the removed keys and put them in my ultrasonic cleaner, rinsed them thoroughly, then I use this a lot, brake cleaner. Now, don't go crazy with it. The stuff is cheap and it really helps. Just think of it as a grease stripper. It's very effective, but it may have consequential damage to the rubber. So here's what I did. I took a cotton swab. Imagine this one's clean. I took a cotton swab, sprayed it on the cotton swab, then cleaned the metal contacts down there with it, and then lightly cleaned the carbon button. I didn't even touch the rubber itself. I mean, I just gave it a couple of swipes and that's it. To make sure, because they mentioned in the instructions, an oil film on the repair surface may cause this to bead up and not stick to the surface. So that brake clean really makes sure the surface is prepared for something like this. So I took time in making sure that all parts were prepared for this, and I waited, like they said 24 hours. I waited a long time. It's not 24, but it is close to 20. So I didn't skimp on any portion of this, trying to make sure this was very successful. So here's hoping it is. Okay, it's actually been several days since the last part of the video you just finished watching. In that time, I've repaired and replaced all the keys here and on the keypad. There was a lot. Let's put in today's date. Let's get it right. That was nice not to have to do that 50 times. All the numbers work perfectly, no bounce. Yeah. Let's try to type a sentence. Not a single problem. That's great. That means our keyboard is working 100%. Let's try the keypad. Look at that. Here we go. That's good. Now, I did have one key that was acting pretty flaky, so I took it back apart. I saw under magnifying glass that the coating was not 100% that I put on it. So I took a razor blade knife, pried on the coating that I put on it. It did not come off easily, which is good, but it did come off in one piece, which is also good. I put a new coat on it, waited another day, and that key is now working perfectly. Now, will these repairs hold up? Only time will tell. If anything changes, I'll let you know. Meanwhile, I will try to on and off use this keyboard as much as possible. I'll come back in a later video and let you know how well it held up. Well, I'm glad you were with me. I'm glad this is working well again. And I'll see you next time.